My name is Erika Carr, and I'm the owner and founder of Work of Art Fitness. This came from really just a passion of wanting to help people my whole life and playing sports. And then the Lord showed me that it's much bigger than just a business, that it's also a ministry to help people become the best version of who they are and to really tap into their full potential. So the foundation of what Work of Art Fitness stands on is Hebrews 12, and that is the race of faith. Each and every one of us has a race set before us to run, and it's up to us how we run that race. You can either run it well or you won't, and it's up to you to be physically and spiritually fit to run that race. So that is really just my passion and my vision when I help every single person, is just to tap into their full potential and to show them you were created for so much more. You were created for greatness, to do so many things, and you can do it and do it well. And the main thing too with Work of Art, that was a total download from the Lord. I didn't look for a cute name for a business or whatever. I've done this for a little over 14 years. And just a few years ago, the Lord, I knew, wanted me to rebrand it because he just downloaded in my spirit one day driving down the road, the logo and the name. And I just stopped. I pulled over. I was in Atlanta. I wrote it down. And what I could see was that every single person is a work of art created by God to do great and mighty things. So we don't need to, as women, look to the right or look to the left and say, oh, I want to look like that or I want to be like that. It's like, no, you just have to be the best version of you. And that's what God desires to see you do, to run the race that he has set before you. For women who want to be in business, I would say, wherever you are currently, do the most you can with where you are. Right? I always say, I don't believe in fake it till you make it, but I believe in already walk like, act like, talk like you're where you want to go. What are you doing with what you've currently been given? Are you just sitting around every day talking about what you want to do, hoping for something? Or are you actually getting out and saying, okay, I'm going to make the most of this day. I'm going to do what I can do with what God's put in my hands. And that's where he meets you. That's where he has the opportunity to come in and do great things through you and take it to another level, because it's first understanding that you can't do it without him. He wants to use you. He wants to operate through you. And when you do that, you can do it with an ease. So I would say, don't feel overwhelmed. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. Truly, that is it's like poison, because it keeps you from going to the next level. So really just, it's whatever that thing is that you're passionate about that seems so big that you're like, that's crazy, but it keeps coming up. You're like, I can't do that. No, you can, but you can only do it with Jesus. You can't do it without him. That's why it feels so big that you can't do it. So you hold on to that and you let that encourage you to go to the next level. And the biggest thing I would say for women, and this as women of God, we have to let this stir us up, is that we need to take over. We should be taking over every single industry. Rather than complain about it, bring about a change. We should be taking over everything. And if people in the world can do it, what more can we do with Jesus? The Lord told me to change the face of the fitness industry. And I'm like, God, that's ridiculous. Like, how would I do that? And the Lord's like, with me. And the biggest thing I would say is one day at a time. You get up every day, you do what you can do. You stay disciplined, you stay consistent, and you stay committed. And you keep God first. You stand on the word, and there's nothing you won't be able to do. One of the things I love the most about the business that I have and that the Lord's given to me is just the opportunity to watch people's lives completely transform. People come to me, they trust me, they're very vulnerable. We spend a lot of one-on-one time together because I'm a personal trainer. I'm helping them reach goals. But what you find is, like I tell everybody from the beginning, you change from the inside out. Right? So that's where it starts. And that has to be the focus. Otherwise, you're going to keep going around the same thing over and over again, trying to get results, because it all starts on the inside. And I would say I work with all types of people, all ages, men, women, or whatever. But what really stands out to me the most are women and mothers, because they are such an example of that anything is possible. I've seen women with 4 children, even 7 kids, understand the importance of fitting this in their schedule. And within just a few sessions, they're just like, I've never felt this good before. I've never had this much energy before. I never knew I could do this. Like, I feel so strong. I feel so confident. And it's that strength and that confidence that's going to carry you into all the things that God created you to do. Because for me, the purpose is helping people tap into what God created them to do. It's needed, because that one person is going to impact so many other people. So nobody can afford to miss their purpose and their calling. And so Honestly, I would say there's just a number of people that stand out because it's just such an honor and a privilege to get to do what I do every day. It doesn't even make sense to me sometimes because I tell people they're inspiring and encouraging me every day. I'm motivated to get up and hear these stories. I get these text messages all day long. Erika, I feel so good. I've never been able to go into a gym before and know what to do. Wow, I feel great in my clothes. I feel confident. I have energy to play with my children. I have many of those testimonies that are just so powerful, and you see people get this confidence to step into other things, and then it just helps them just have a discipline in their everyday life that impacts their family. And one of the most important things I would say is, as women, as the husbands lead the home, women have a very powerful role. We set the tone in our house, right? So we don't necessarily have to say a whole lot, but all the eyes are on us, always. So even in just how we carry ourselves, how we prioritize things, everybody else in your home is going to get on board when you're leading the way. You set the tone. So it's an opportunity for people to get things in order to prioritize. And so people can sit back and say, wow, the whole family needs to do this. This is a lifestyle. And so it impacts every area of people's lives. And at the end of the day, I'm just blessed and extremely motivated and encouraged to watch what it does through everybody else's lives.